Just going to wait for a few people to join, or at least see if they're going to join. We're just, Dara and I have gotten back into Alice Springs. Look, it's been a long time since I've done an update, and I regret that. I've actually been so far out of range that we could get some phone calls sometimes, but really no uploading, nothing more intensive than just a phone call. So it's been really hard to get on and do any kind of update. The Wirritjin conference was absolutely incredible, everyone. We had around 50 Indigenous nations represented from all over Australia, and that was amazing. We did. There were all kinds of workshopping that was really related to like a healing process. Hey Robin, so glad you could join me. Just giving everyone an update on what's going on. We've just finished. The Wirritjin conference ended several days ago, and we stayed back to try and get a few more podcasts done and just help out with the crew. Also, it was a really good time to bond with everyone that we'd been working with for the whole week, but it was so busy that we didn't ever really get to hang out, and there was some utterly amazing people there. One of those people, I mean, just out of all of them, was Rose, and she is just a really very interesting individual, and I spent quite a bit of time with her, and now she's invited myself and Dara, who's my travelling mate, to go over to New South Wales and hang out with her in Byron Bay, which is going to be amazing because there are two of the leading Indigenous leaders, I guess you'd say, in Australia, and she's friends with them, and they live very close to her. She's been working with them for some time, so I think that's going to be the next thing. Once we get over Perth to Port, everyone, could you please go to Perth to Port WA on Facebook and check that out, because we're trying to raise some money to take a group of people from Perth up to Port Hedland with a few stops in between, to try and unify all of the event organisers and other people who are actively participating in the freedom movement in Perth and the rest of Western Australia. We want everyone to get together and to meet each other and to sort of share resources and all that sort of thing. Hey Caitlin, so glad you could join us. Little bit of an update, Caitlin. I was just saying that we have finished the conference. We stayed back a few days. There's so much more to tell about that, and I will do that in a proper video coming up. Just quickly, we may potentially see that the conference that occurred there could end up being one of the most important tribal nations conferences in Australian contemporary history. I was so honoured to be a part of it. We had around 50 Aboriginal nations represented there. In conclusion though, there were a few little negative bits and pieces with some arguing going on between the families who actually hosted the conference, and it's really nothing to talk about, but it got to a point where I was getting really concerned about potentially having to say, no, you can't have my equipment. And as I said, there's so much more to talk about with that, but if I was in a position where I was to say no, it could have caused a problem. So we had alarm bells going off on our heads, and we just quickly packed up and left, which is cool with everyone else. So there's still a little crew there. They're doing some final cleanup work and all that, but the conference itself was an outstanding success. And I got to meet and work with some incredible individuals, including Mark McMurtry and David Lumpar Cole, just two outstanding men. And there were some incredible women there as well, especially some of the aunties. So the more senior Indigenous people that were there were just really amazing. Anyway, now we're in Alice Springs, and we've stayed the night. We got in kind of late yesterday afternoon, and we're absolutely exhausted, and really all we could think about was having a beer. So we went straight back to Uncle's, which is a great pub here, had something to eat and a couple of drinks, and then headed over to the caravan park, met up with a load of the crew that we were with at the conference, and hung out with them for the night. Now we're on our way home. One problem though, Dara's got very unusual size rims on his car, which is literally screwing us right now. So we're driving all over Alice Springs, going from shop to shop to try and get a new tyre, or we're going to have to just sort of, I don't know, ditch rims and get new rims. I don't know, but we're wasting a lot of time getting that done, but it has to be done. It's just going to be too dangerous travelling the Great Central Road without a spare tyre. We've actually got a spare, but the other issue is we've lost the tool to take that spare off and change it out. So it's no end of complex issues, but we're working through each little problem and we're going to get it solved, I'm pretty sure. And then hopefully we're going to make it back to Uluru. Yulara is the name of the town, this afternoon. But hey, really good news. I've got some incredible podcasts done. A little bit of a disappointment in some cases because some of the really...
Quick.
What's that?
Sorry.
Okay. Hey, everyone. I'm really sorry. We've got to get going. There's something going on there I've got to help out with. That's how it goes when you're on the road. But I promise you, we will not get stuck on the Great Australian, what's it called? The Great Central Road. Hey, yeah, I missed that, Caitlin. I'm really sorry, but I will find out what you said soon. Anyway, I'll try and do another update before we actually hit the road, or when we get to Uluru. That'd be good, because there's so much to tell you about. But everyone watching this, please go to Perth to Port WA on Facebook and buy a ticket or donate. Please, we really need this to happen. And Robin's online with me right now. She's put in so much work into this, and so have other people. Please support Robin, please support me, please support everyone in the freedom movement of WA to get us up to Port Hedland. Please like, share and subscribe, and check out the 8 News Show on Podbean. I've got some amazing podcasts coming, and there's one up there right now that's doing all right. That's with Mark McMurtry and Lumpar Cole, as well as Michael Gibbs from Tasmania. Pretty fascinating discussion. I was really tired in it. It was a bit after 9 o'clock when we started, and we did 2 hours, and it was freezing cold. So I wasn't real pleased with my performance, but it's an interesting conversation nonetheless. So everyone, until the next time, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you soon. Bye.